about living with anxiety disorder. This is going to be bad because I do have anxiety disorder. I'm just shaking all over. Alright. A lot of people say, why me? Am I going to have an attack in public? People that have anxiety are not asking for attention. I've been living with anxiety my entire life, which includes PTSD and having panic attacks. The purpose of this speech is to explain how people live with anxiety. I'm going to explain how to cope with anxiety and how to cope with the stigma of a mental illness and sleeping issues due to PTSD. The cold sweat of anxiety is that fight or flight response that kept our early relatives safe from grizzly bears and other scary characters, says Andrews, who is Linda Andrews, MD, Assistant Professor of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. She says that adrenaline rush that still serves us well under certain circumstances, anxiety is a natural reaction to those very real stresses. And use a website, webmd.com, anxiety panic guide, coping with anxiety for that. Anxiety disorders are the most common psychiatric illnesses affecting children and adults. And an estimated 40 million American adults suffer from anxiety disorders. Only about 1/3 of those suffering from an anxiety disorder receive treatment, even though the disorders are highly treatable. And I used website adaa.org, understanding anxiety, for that statistic. Coping with anxiety, you have to challenge negative thoughts. When negative thoughts start going in your head, then you have to challenge them. Why am I thinking this way? Is it really normal? Should I really be freaking out about it? And then have to learn a lot of different ways to relax. A lot of people use yoga, deep breathing exercises. There's taking a bath, reading, all kinds of things can happen. Can help you relax. Coping with the stigma of a mental illness. Two of the main things is remaining active and surrounding yourself with supportive people. The remaining active part, for me, that's the main thing. Going to the gym and working out seems to help me with that, and it also helps me relax. And also have to remind yourself that it's not a character flaw. A lot of people think that it is when they don't know much about it. Quote from Tom Corby, MFT Director of the OCD Center of Los Angeles, says that anxiety has a genetic and a neurological basis. Is that right the first time? So it's not just asking for attention and stuff like that. It's also sleeping issues due to PTSD. PTSD is an anxiety disorder which affects a lot of our military that has been deployed to war zones, and also affects victims of violent crimes and trauma survivors. You have flashbacks, nightmares, having difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, screaming, and violent actions while asleep. Statistics for that is 7.7 million Americans aged 18 and older have PTSD. 67% of people exposed to mass violence have been shown to develop PTSD, a higher rate than those exposed to natural disasters or other types of traumatic events. People who have experienced previous traumatic events run a higher risk of developing PTSD. Purpose of this speech was to explain how some people live with anxiety. I deal with all of these issues on a daily basis. Many people do not understand how debilitating this disorder can be if you don't know much about it. I am an active member in society and the workplace, and have always been, regardless of my disorder. There are always rough times due to not sleeping and your spouse not sleeping because they are waking up being hit and cussed at much of the time. My husband likes to joke that he was the one deployed and he should be the one doing those things and not me. My main outlook is the whole mind over matter saying, whenever it feels like I'm going to crumble, I make myself overcome it no matter what. There is no retreat or surrender to my disorder. It will not rule me, and I will always work towards ruling it. Amen.